Up with you guys, but anything is better than nothing. So
yeah, I know you had to do it up for the project there. How did y'all feel the event went for Furucombo?
Pretty good. I mean, we didn't have a booth, which was a bit tough, so we were doing a lot of running around. We actually got second place in the Polygon bounty for our hackathon, so that was pretty cool as well.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, thanks. So our project, it's kind of like gamifying the idea of like concentration. So the project we did was called like Catcentrate. So it was like a mobile app that's going to be built on Polygon that will kind of reward users a token for installing the app and say concentrating on a specific task for a certain amount of time. So once you have the NFT, you can load that up in the app and then concentrate on a task for say 30 minutes, and then you'll earn some of those tokens, which will basically provide some monetary benefit for you, learning a new task, focusing on, being productive and being a productive member of society, basically.
Right on. And so is this the one on the Twitter page, Selfie Furu, or is this different?
I think the only you got to go to my Twitter, so Blazar Trading, and then there's a short demo of it on there. I don't believe it's been retweeted on the main Furucombo page.
Feel free to drop a link, man, if you'd like, in the One Hype TV chat, or I'll make sure that I put the Twitter link there. I put the link to yours as well, so people can follow.
Sure.
You. Yes. It's
you just passed it there. It's like the third tweet. There's like a demo of the mobile app.
Got it. That fucked me up on Twitch. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I'll put a link to it in here. Very dope.
Yeah, so just something, that the guys could build in, 2-3 days. There was a project there. They had like a whole gamified RuneScape basically with 3D graphics. And it's like, man, you guys did not just build this in 3 days.
Yeah, you wonder sometimes, right?
Yeah. But sorry, go ahead, T-Wells.
No, go ahead, man. It's all you.
I was just gonna say the event was very cool though. Seeing Vitalik and all the great speeches and all the different builders. So, the fact that event like that is free, and I mean all the free swag as well. I mean, I got so much awesome stuff from different projects that I spend a lot of time reading about or investing in, and definitely cool to kind of see everything come together there.
Hell yeah, man. I definitely needed a few days to recover when I got home, but it was a good time. Shit.
For sure. Long hours, definitely.
Gotta be honest, man. So I grew up surfing, and this big wave picture here on the Furucombo pinned messages definitely got me immediately. It looks like Laird Hamilton. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big wave. That's for sure.
A big freaking wave. It is. Nice, very nice. Well, speaking of which, man, I don't know where you want to start with Furucombo, but if there are people who have never heard of it before, what's your opening shtick? I'll make sure I got the app open here if people want to follow along to learn how to use it.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, there's a couple different products. The first one we can kind of start out with is like the most recognized. So yeah, when you click the launch app there, you're kind of greeted with, a couple different options, the create mode or invest mode. And then there's a learn mode on Ethereum as well. And that's kind of just like pre-built strategies for, people to use. But the most common one is the create mode at the top there, and that kind of visualizes these drag and drop cubes. So each protocol is represented by a different cube, and then you can add in your different actions on each of the cubes. So, whether that's swap tokens, or maybe add remove liquidity on a DEX, or deposit borrowing tokens from, say, Aave. So you have kind of different options there. And then what this allows you to do is basically, add in each of the actions that you're looking to achieve, and then you can execute it in one transaction. So, for example, with Aave, you can maybe deposit to Aave, say $1,000, and maybe you want to borrow those funds to maybe do some swaps. So deposit, 1,000 USDC onto Aave, maybe borrow $500 in ETH, and then maybe you want to, you could add liquidity to QuickSwap and add that to a farm, or you could swap that Ethereum to a different token on QuickSwap, and then kind of boom, execute that all in one transaction. You don't have to go to Aave and QuickSwap and SushiSwap and kind of learn those interfaces. You can do it all from one. And then recently on Polygon, we added the Paraswap Decks, which is kind of like a DEX aggregator. It takes prices from kind of all these different, I think it's 12 different DEXs on Polygon. So you're kind of always getting the best price as well with your swaps.
This is dope, man. So it's basically design your own strategy, and you can block it up like Legos.
Yeah, so design your own strategy, or, so there's kind of one of the more prolific use cases right now is like the flash loan. So you can also flash loan from Aave, and then maybe look for an arbitrage opportunity. Another unique one that maybe not a lot of people know about is the collateral swap using flash loans. So what that means is you can borrow funds using a flash loan, and you can swap it into a different lending pool without having to deposit or repay those initial funds. So that allows you to say, if you have $10,000 in Aave, you don't have to have another $10,000 in order to repay that if you've borrowed off of your position already. You can flash loan, you can repay that position, you can deposit to a different lending pool and borrow from that different lending pool, and then repay back the flash loan without having to have like a huge set of other collateral or other funds in your wallet.
Okay, so it provides sort of a different like leverage alternative in a sense.
Yeah, different utility. Yeah, so like you don't have to like have these funds set aside to like pay back your position. If you're looking at like swapping pools, maybe you want to get out of Aave and go into like Compound or Maker or something, right? You can do that without having this other subset of funds to pay back your original position.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Do you have a favorite combo that you like to run on Polygon right now?
I think that's probably the coolest one, is that collateral swap. I don't have a lot of lending positions, so I don't particularly do that one. But one interesting thing to note, though, so like with flash loans, right? If people are looking for arbitrage opportunities, you have to go and so you say you borrow these funds $1,000 in DAI. You have to go and try to swap them on different exchanges and kind of look for an arbitrage opportunity, right? So not only are you incurring the slippage cost, you're incurring the swap fee as well. So, maybe you swap 1,000 DAI for, I don't know, ETH, and you only get, $998 in ETH back. So it's going to be difficult to find an arbitrage opportunity unless you're at a kind of a larger percentage gain, like 5% is going to cover the slippage and the swap fee. But the nice thing about the borrowing and lending from Aave is you don't incur the swapping fee. So what a lot of people do with the flash loan is they'll borrow the funds, and then they might deposit those funds and or withdraw from Aave in a different token, and then they don't have to kind of incur that swapping fee. So what they're doing is they're taking those taking a different set of funds and maybe swapping it and not incurring any of the swap fees because they're doing it through the borrowing and lending features. So they don't have to incur those swap fees or that slippage, and that allows them to build their arbitrage through that lending and borrowing pool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like a different way to get an arbitrage, but it's like a little bit more advanced, right? So that's not necessarily the main purpose of Furucombo, but that's kind of one of the biggest use cases right now is the flash loans or being able to kind of execute one strategy kind of in one transaction or multi-protocol strategies in one transaction. So right now there's not a crazy amount of use on the Polygon side because there's kind of more protocols integrated on Ethereum. But there's definitely more coming for that. So that's kind of the create mode around Furucombo is this setup. And then right now there's also the invest mode. So what the invest mode is it's just there's kind of two systems to it. So there's you can one-click stake in your tokens, and then that'll automatically be added to the yield pool. So in this case, we have all these auto farming pools are called. So you're earning the D-Quick token on the QuickSwap pools. That's the only one that's integrated right now. So you're getting that return from the QuickSwap, but then you're also getting the auto farming rewards. So, and the nice thing is it's one click enter. So, you bring in one Ethereum, you deposit it. You don't have to worry about swapping 50% of your tokens, pooling them, and then staking them. That'll all be done automatically. So that's the first benefit. The second benefit is the using Gelato, it gets auto compounded, meaning, once a day, those rewards are automatically added back into your LP pool. You don't have to worry about claiming those, swapping those, getting that 50-50 liquidity and then adding it back in. It's all done automatically, which is a huge time saver and an annoyance saver. I have a lot of farms myself. I'm just, until they get to like 300, 400, $500, it's not even worth it for me to go in there and collect the rewards. So that's super nice. The one benefit to that as well is, with a lot of these farming tokens, you may be getting close to $300, but then boom, the farming token drops 20% because some big whale dumped, or a lot of the times the farming token tends to drop consistently over time. So with the auto farming, you're not holding on to this farming token that's consistently losing value. I mean, if you really do believe that the Quick token is going to rise in price, then, the auto farming may not be for you, but I think, 90% of people are more probably happy with recompounding that back into their original position.
How frequently does it compound?
Once a day.
Very cool. 24 hours. I got you.
Yeah. So that's the investment. And then the other thing is, Furucombo's built, it's called the Trevi contract. It's like their farming contract. So anyone can kind of come in and create their own farm utilizing the Trevi contract, and then that can automatically be integrated into the invest page to kind of earn those auto compounding rewards. The other benefit is you can provide more than one reward token. So maybe you want to earn D-Quick or Combo and a third token, you can do that on the invest page. There isn't currently any of those farms running. We just have the QuickSwap farms running right now, but it's certainly a possibility using this open source contract, and it's been audited by 3 different auditors as well. So it's available for anyone to use, and it's pretty cool actually. So
let's talk more about this for a second. I'm curious, man. So this is a stake and reward distribution system. This enables project teams to manage and schedule rewards. So are you using this internally with Furucombo contributors? And is that sort of like where this grew out of, or this is interesting?
Yeah, so we did have a kind of Furucombo pools and then partner pools or farms when we originally started the invest phone. So, you know, if we if we were to partner with a a different protocol and they wanted to launch a farm, we can kind of provide that dual token reward, and then they can, users can come in and provide liquidity on that farm and earn those rewards. So we had this set up initially, and then we switched mostly to the quick swap farms right now as we work on our different project, just to kind of not segregate resources, as the next product that we'll talk about is kind of the main focus. But this is kind of available to anyone to use, and it's interesting because you can integrate it in directly with Furucombo. So one of the problems with Furucombo right now that we always have is kind of security, right? So if we're looking to add in a different protocol or farms or anything like that, because of the way proxies work, if you add a malicious handler, a malicious project in, you have kind of that security risk, right? So if a project's using our staking contract, reward contract, then that can kind of be integrated in seamlessly.
Got it. Very cool. And these contracts will work on like Gnosis chain, for example?
Yeah, any ERC or any EVM compatible chain.
Got it.
Yep. So another cool thing too is that you can. It has the ability to flash loan those that farming pool as well too. So if you say have Aave integrated in, then you could actually not even. I think we built even our own flash loan system in there. So if you had the front end interface for that, you can flash loan right from those contracts.
Dude, I'm like imagining as I'm listening this sort of bespoke like DAO contributor team incentive structures using these. Like I had a conversation with Edu earlier, right? We have, a number of near full-time contributors for the TV team, and the ability to set up like certain, like a Furucombo, including like a proprietary staking arrangement that's designed to like incentivize more core contributors to any DAO, right? Something that would be useful to us, but that could be like generalizable to other DAOs. I don't know if I'm completely talking about it on my ass right now, but I'm imagining something that you could use as like an incentive, right, for people to be with one project or not another. In the same way that some legacy firms would compete for talent. If you have some really cool Furucombo stack that you can offer your contributors, I don't know. I'm ranting.
No, I mean that's definitely a cool idea. You could kind of create a new token that's a bundle of DAOs, basically. So say you have a farm, or say you have a new token, and maybe that's developed on Balancer or something like that, and you have 10 different DAO tokens, either some equal percentage or whatever, and then you could have that in a farm, and you could be earning maybe a percentage of each of the DAO tokens based on, I don't know, how much active governance is going on or how much people are participating. And then if there was a way to provide that overarching token that could provide governance on all the different DAOs that's part of that group, that'd be a pretty dope. Cool idea. Yeah.
It's like a meta governance token.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
So
I like
that I think would be taking it a step further, but I mean, that's certainly possible. Yeah. I mean, anything's possible.
Hell yeah. That's pretty sweet.
So yeah, I mean, one of the cool use cases with this one though is just you can provide as many reward tokens as you want. So my idea when I was marketing the Trevi platform here was kind of, as each platform gets integrated, they would provide some reward to the previous pools that were running. So being kind of like a reward sharing. If you believe that the Trevi system or the Furucombo Invest is like going to continue generating value, you're going to want to keep in your old pools, even though maybe the APR is kind of dropping, but you're going to be getting these other protocol tokens as they integrate in.
Got it. Very cool, man.
Yeah, so that's the second kind of use case for Furucombo right now. So you got the create mode and then the invest mode. The invest mode's kind of catered towards maybe DeFi farmers, and then the create mode is like DeFi experts. So, you know, kind of where do the new users come in? And that's kind of the next step for Furucombo. And so that's around fund manager system. So that's what we're working on next. So what that means is there's going to be kind of fund manager experts, and then they're going to be looking at kind of creating strategies to maximize users' return on investment. So they're going to be the ones that are going to have to go into the create mode into Furucombo Invest and decide how they want to utilize those funds that they've been given from the regular user. So, you know, maybe someone will just come in, they'll put their funds in with the fund manager. Maybe they're reputable on different platforms. They have a track record. You know, you can see their APRs over time, and then you can see, okay, well, this guy's really good. He's doing these complex strategies. He's leveraging his funds. He's diversified. You know, I want to put my funds in with them. So one cool thing we're looking at adding. So like right now, there's not a lot of like diversity with the protocols we have integrated for fund managers to work with. So we're looking at kind of adding those options, you know, leverage trading, you know, maybe perpetual protocol, injective. We're looking at adding, say, synthetics from Mirror Protocol. So the fund manager could invest in traditional stocks. We're looking at adding option trading. So basically a basket of different protocols for these experts to really utilize to create these like complex kind of DeFi strategies.
That's really dope, man. I there's a couple of things that came to mind when I was listening to you like talk about. Is this V2 essentially that you're framing up, right? This V2.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I got that on the share screen. If you're with us again, GM to everybody for joining us on Discord here. If you're on Twitch, you can see it on screen there. I dropped a link to the docs, and I was thinking about there's this Planner DAO. This fellow I met back at MCon. His name is Adam. He was basically in the legacy space for most of his professional career, and has been trying to stand up a DAO that can credential financial, like if you're a financial planner, okay, and that's like your career in the legacy space, how do you get those people over into DeFi in the easiest way possible? And so he has this interesting like legacy network basically, right, from his career, who he's trying to help bridge over, and it just seems like this Furucombo would be a really interesting tool. If he hasn't heard of it, I'll share it with him to try to plug in, because that might be a bunch of interesting users, I guess. There's a lot of crypto native users, I'm sure, right, that are already going to take advantage of this, but I'm all about trying to get adoption too, right? Like get those no coiners to like, you know, bridge over to something that's easy to use, which it seems like Furucombo certainly is. This a really nice UI.
Yeah, no, that's exactly a very good point. So, you know, there's a lot of hedge fund managers or traditional managers that don't have a way of kind of getting into DeFi easily, right? To kind of basket these goods to show it on the balance sheet or provide the traditional system with an understanding of what's going on. So one thing that I've been talking about is kind of creating, okay, we got this fund manager system, but we need to also create a system that, you know, allows someone to create a fund that's closed, right? So say a bank can come in, they can create a closed fund, and then only whitelisted individuals or only, you know, people from the bank side can can deposit or withdraw from this. And then you can set time parameters too. I was speaking to one gentleman at Denver who does hedge funds, and he says, he said, we only allow withdrawals or deposits once a month, right? So we have to set these advanced parameters and maybe some reporting features for these traditional systems or managers to take advantage of that. Yeah.
Well, and they know what they need, right? So
exactly. Yeah. I mean, if we could just get in contact with them and see and set it up in a way for them to utilize. And there are a lot of these hedge fund managers that really want to get involved with DeFi, right? With this stuff. So definitely a super useful application. And, if we can set it up correctly and bridge some of these funds over from traditional finance, I think it could really be huge.
Yeah, I'd love to see even, Hedgie's tools integrated into this stack. I don't know how familiar you are with Hedgie Finance. Lindsay was in Denver, but he left, I think, before we all connected. Do you know Hedgie Finance?
I looked a bit into it. I'm not super familiar with it, though, no.
So they're Consensus funded, right? Consensus put up a couple million for them to basically do a startup around DeFi options specifically, but it's sort of taken on a more DAO treasury management facilitation, sort of like bringing the types of tools that would only be accessible to hedge funds or large whales in the legacy space, right, to DAOs, largely with the goal of helping to diversify DAO treasury holdings into stable coins. I mean, hypothetically into anything, but helping to generate stablecoin reserves. And anyways, I think that if I'm one potential user, I think would be a treasury management committee as well, that has assets and would love to use this stack of options. It's just like I said, it's cool how Furucombo is sort of this meta UI for the whole portfolio management. It's really sweet.
No, exactly. That's another. I mean, we could sit here and talk about it and probably come up with even more use cases as we're kind of going through it. But yeah, no, DAO treasury management. To kind of give them that diversification as well. Because a lot of DAOs now, they're either just holding stable coins, Ethereum, or their own token, and they're not really doing anything with it. There's not a lot of capital efficiency there. So if you can create a system that provides more capital efficiency, then great. It's good for everyone.
Absolutely.
And then if you can leverage a system, say like I don't know, Ohm or Convex, and provide still be able to manage your governance, but then, have a basket of other assets as well, without kind of losing your governance features. That would be super cool as well. So definitely a lot of use case there. So this is coming out probably, I believe it's going to be in the next month to month and a half. And then of course, it's only going to be kind of the first version. They're limited fund managers, a lot of we'll have to do still a lot of the protocol integration. So, maybe in 3-4 months, it's at a point where, it's kind of got a really good use case for people. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, super excited to see how this one plays out.
Sweet, man. Well, do you want to chat a little bit about... I'm curious to know a little bit about the tokenomics here for Furucombo. I'm looking through the docs. Is there anything particular you want to share on this side of things?
Yeah, so everything's kind of confusing right now, definitely, with Furucombo. So basically, the main part with governance is there is right now there's not a lot of use case for the combo token. So we are providing the governance features. The governance staking contract is coming out soon. You'll be able to stake your combo and then get the governance combo V combo. And then that will be used to kind of either share in the revenue or provide governance. So right now, 20% of the auto farming rewards from Invest go towards the treasury. And then once Furucombo funds releases, 20% of the performance fees on that pool will go also to the treasury. So right now, I think we have just under about $150,000 in the treasury. We are looking as well for, we're setting up a multi-sig of 12 people. So 4 will be from the Furucombo team, 4 will be from the protocols partners that we integrate, and then 4 from the community. But only 5 keys will be required to get quorum. So 5 out of 12. And then those users who have those keys will be responsible for managing kind of that treasury. So, as the treasury grows or they want to do something with those funds, they can kind of make those proposals and then make choices about that. And then, of course, those key holders will be, required to provide some level of combo as well in that governance system to get that V combo as well. So I believe there's going to be kind of open proposals that anyone is able to vote on with V combo, and then just the key holders will provide that execution once quorum's reached in the initial phase. So there's going to be like a snapshot style feature with the V combo, and then the key holders who have also locked up their V combo and can vote on the original proposals will kind of execute those once quorum's reached.
Got it. Is there any intention to take sort of revenue for token buyback or any of those types of sort of market arrangements?
Yeah, so I mean the V combo holders can propose anything, and if it passes, then that's kind of how it goes, right? So the whole point. So right now, like the Furucombo team has a lot of the say about what goes on, but the intent is to have this set up as like a completely decentralized organization, completely decentralized protocol. So whether you're looking at adding a certain protocol, adding a feature, deciding what to do with funds, that's all going to be community driven at some point.
Very cool.
Yeah, so like once the keys are distributed and so each step we take, it's going to be like one step backing away from the idea of having this centralized organization kind of managing Furucombo. I think, of course, it's required to have that initially. You need to set up the protocol, in order to make it self-sustainable before you step away. So the Furucombo team is doing that before they kind of turn it over to the community, right? So,
absolutely, no, that makes total sense. GM again, everybody who's joining us here in the Discord or on Twitch. Hope everybody's off to a good week. Make sure you follow Furucombo at Furucombo on Twitter and their website. Furucombo.app will take you over here. Again, the easiest way it seems to get just active, you can connect on Polygon and get into the auto farming pool. Seems like the easiest way to get started here, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Unless you're looking to kind of lend or borrow from Aave or I think that's the only lending platform on Polygon currently. But there's also that option as well. Maybe a lot of people like to do the lending borrowing, so that's good if you don't have a lot of funds or if you want to kind of leverage your position a little bit. So you can do that in the create mode as well. And then maybe the last thing I want to touch on then is kind of this idea. So right now we have kind of Ethereum and we have Polygon. So kind of what's the next step? And the next step there is, so if I'm a fund manager, do I want to be kind of limited to these two chains, or like what's the idea behind that? So we want to kind of expand to provide maybe as much products and as much networks as we can. So then that's where we get into the idea of becoming more multi-protocol, multi-network, right? So, launching on Arbitrum or other layer twos or Avalanche or Phantom, and providing kind of these different protocols on these different networks. And then, so where that gets confusing right now is, you have to kind of add these different networks on your MetaMask, or you have to always bridge these different funds over. So we want to kind of create a system where, you have a list of all the different protocols and you can add in all your blocks, and you don't necessarily have to worry about, okay, I want to go into the spooky swap farm, but it's on Phantom. So now I got to bridge to Phantom. Don't worry about that. Furucombo will take care of that on the back end. You just drag that cube in, you add to the farm that you want to add in, maybe on the invest page, and then we'll worry about everything on the back end to kind of swap that over to the different network and provide it in, so that the user doesn't have to worry about, adding this all into their MetaMask or bridging the funds over. It's just very simple and easy for them to use.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty awesome. Taking it sort of, again, meta, in terms of the UI. Ideally, they don't even necessarily know or like have to think about cross-chain swaps, because the UI is just seamless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So right now, the first step in that is, so obviously integrating all these different networks and then finding some bridge between them. So we think we can work with, say, Connext is one option right now, because they can provide call contract data. So they'll actually allow you to, make a call contract on Ethereum and execute the transaction on, like, say, Phantom or whatever. And so if we can kind of work with these bridge protocols and provide this, then that's kind of the next step, which would be super awesome. And again, allowing kind of like a fund manager who's gathered all these funds, say he's got $3 million on Polygon, but he wants to continue, or they want to continue to diversify. They can kind of spread out these funds into different protocols on all these different platforms. And again, lower your risk too, right? Because, maybe something, maybe something happens on Polygon, you want to kind of be spread out. So just a really interesting kind of idea around these basket of different protocols, networks, to create because like as a fund manager, you want to kind of maximize your return, but you also want to lower the amount of risk you have by kind of diversification, right? So that's the key thing to, becoming a strong fund manager. So if we can provide those tools, that's fantastic.
Very cool, man. Well, I mean, having access to something like this on Gnosis chain would be cool. I know that's, as an EVM chain, it's got to be something that is possible in the future, hopefully. But otherwise, Polygon is just a bridge away from on Xpoly. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's been some talk about it. Gnosis chain is getting a little bit more mature here, so that's certainly a possibility. Yeah, I mean, once a system gets set up where it's easy to kind of, because like I kind of mentioned before, you got to kind of consider the idea of risk, right? But if you're a lot of these protocols now are going multi-chain, you have Aave on looking to launch on 7 or 8 different platforms. For us to launch on a network and add Aave, it's not going to be any more risk than the Aave that we already have on Polygon or Ethereum.
Right.
So it becomes a much more easy once we add in all these kind of native applications that we already have. Oh, okay, now we can add Aave on Gnosis. We can add Aave on, Phantom or whatever the case is, right? So once these protocols get mature, it kind of allows us to become more mature as well.
Sure, and you're going to go where the liquidity is for sure. It's
definitely, yeah.
Well, very cool, man. So this, if folks are just discovering Furucombo here, what do you think in the next, I don't know, month to 3 months? What can people expect as far as new features or anything else that's a little sort of medium term in the roadmap?
Yeah, so the combo contract will launch, so you'll have the Furucombo governance with the combo token. And then the snapshot should also be live by then. And then the fund manager system will be live. We'll see we'll monitor how the invest system works, but depending on how aggressively push or how many people we partner with, there's going to potentially be more pools there as well. And then we should start to see the additional protocols being added to the create mode as well. So whether that's going to be, I don't know, DYDX or other kind of perpetual protocol, or other, we're looking at adding that more functionality. So right now we have our dexes, we have our lending platforms. What other tools can we provide to kind of build up on that fund manager system? That'll be kind of the focus once that launches here in the next month or month and a half.
Right on. And I also wanted to touch on the loyalty program. There's some pretty neat looking. And are these NFTs here? Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So right now, you can kind of earn loyalty points by doing any transaction on Ethereum. And then you can also earn loyalty points by joining the auto farming pools. So unfortunately, right now, the QuickSwap ones don't have the loyalty points integrated since we switched over from the Furucombo farms, but that's coming. And then so we are doing a mini revamp on the loyalty program to provide more benefits and then kind of rethink it a little bit. But then once that's live, there's going to be kind of things you can earn that are going to maybe provide you some monetary benefit, like fee sharing or combo rewards back, or maybe say a reduction in performance fees or reimbursement on gas. Any different kind of utility tools built within those NFTs. Yeah, so right now there's just the wooden cube and metal cube. The wooden cube provides additional points, which is a little difficult to get right now since you can't get points from the auto farming pools from QuickSwap. And then the metal cube right now provides some kind of revenue airdrops for the invest pool. So we did one airdrop back in December, but that's kind of on hold here till we rethink the system. But we will be providing more benefits to those NFTs or kind of upgrading them and allowing users to get the new ones kind of airdrop to them if we rethink that system a little bit. So just another way to kind of give back to, loyal users of the Furucombo.
Oh yeah, man. I love that. I mean, I think having these NFTs it's got a pretty cool piece of, animated artwork, but it also has this real utility. And last time I chatted about this, sort of on the stream, I guess, or this is a trivia with Elk. I mean, Elk Finance has got some cool utility going on. I like to see that. In addition to, instead of just a, JPEG to flip, Billy's got a lot of ideas in this department as well too. You should talk to Billy. He's coming up with, streaming NFTs where you can stream tokens and all that, combining with Superfluid. Super cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, super awesome what Billy's looking at creating. So, and then maybe those ideas could be integrated in, but definitely always good to have more use cases behind your NFTs, because then if you right click save as, you're not getting those benefits. You're just getting the image. So
exactly. No, I think these types of way it makes total sense as like a loyalty card for a lot of different DAOs and projects. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of the quick and short of Furucombo there. So kind of a lot going on, and then a lot to be excited about. In the next year here, it's going to be pretty interesting. So
cool, man. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Again, folks, at Furucombo on Twitter, give him a follow. Check out Blazer Trading. You dropped it in the chat.
I don't think so.
Let's see. I did. Blazer Trading.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and it's great to have everybody with us today. Hope we learned something about Furucombo. Check them out. Make some auto farm moves, not financial advice, but this is a very cool feature here. Play with the money Legos. It's always good to chat with you, Blazar, man. We got to have you back. At some point in the future
definitely.
to share updates. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me on here, and always great to chat with you. So,
right on, man. Well, now that we're recovered from Denver, this is the week really back on the march, right?
yeah, for sure.
Well, you have a good one, man. And cheers to everybody else at GM, to everybody. Thanks for joining us as always. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for NFT and Gaming with Dash and Solar. And y'all have a good day.